Tony Schiavone was in the ring with Kenny Olivier and his manservant, Mr. Callis. Callis ought to be a butler. I think Olivier had extra pubic hair glued to his face this week. It may be the hair that Callis has lost off the top of his head, though.
Maybe it's the hair the Bucks shaved off.
Yeah, the Bucks were slick shaven. They got their Manscaped package. I hope they used our code, save them some money. Tony got 4 words in, and Callis jerks the microphone away and dismisses him. And he goes, "It's ridiculous to bury your announcers like that. I used to joust with David Crockett, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, all the announcers back and forth, right? But I didn't have the power to kick them off the program. They were the hosts of the program. I would come out and make snide remarks. But I did not have the power, nor none of the other talent did either, to just take their microphone and tell them to leave." So Callis verbally filleted Harpo for quite a long time, and he does a good heel promo, and they've made the point again, no one left for Harpo to beat. And did you notice that Harpo was wearing zebra-striped women's stretch pants in this interview?
Well, it was hard to not notice that, of course. As soon as he walked out, you notice what he's wearing. And I will say, and we'll talk about it later with the Bucks, I think Vince has always gone a little too overboard with wanting consistent looks for his wrestlers. I understand why.
You understand why now, don't you?
There's marketing reasons why, and lots of reasons why. But when Omega and the Bucks now, considering this week even more than Omega, when they're randomly just changing their looks from week to week, I don't know how smart that is, but at least Omega facially has looked the same for the last 2 weeks, but we get Omega in a suit, we get Omega dressed like a bum, we get Omega dressed in zebra pants. There's no consistency. What exactly is this character?
Do you think that he buys these things specifically to look like a douchebag, or do you think he's just bringing them from home?
To be honest, I think he probably buys them specifically thinking, I will look like a douchebag.
Well, I'll tell you what, never let it be said that Jim Cornette does not acknowledge Kenny Olivier when he's successful at something. So anyway, Callis did the promo, and Olivier's standing there, and I'm like, thank God he's not going to talk. And then the music hits. Oh, fuck, it's the Dork Order. And here they come again. There's 8 of them. Interchangeable, generic-looking job guys with Pizzeria Uno and the clown mask and the fat baked potato body under the suit. And he waddled into the ring with his growly pretend wrestler voice. And again, he's Adam Page's babyface manager / spokesperson to stir the fans up for Adam Page. Good God. And the only thing that I've ever enjoyed hearing Twinkle Toes McFinger Bang say in his entire life is when he looked at Uno and called him a non-sports playing numbnuts. I'm wondering, is that's getting a little close to the bone? Is Uno in the wrong clique over there now? Is he on the outs possibly? But anyway, so Twinkle Toes asked Uno, what's the capital of Thailand? And then kicks him in the balls and says Bangkok. So we're going for fucking 6th grade nut humor here. And here's the thing. The heel just kicked the babyface's spokesperson in the balls. Is it the right reaction to laugh at that? And if so, or if not, why would you not laugh when some fat guy in a clown mask trying to speak for the babyface gets kicked in the balls in a Bangkok joke? It's silliness. And suddenly with the ball kick, here comes the Good Brothers and the Elite Stooges and the Dork Order, and they all have a sloppy fight, and everybody is dressed in street clothes, and everybody in almost all cases in these groups is totally nondescript, so you can't tell who's who or who's on whose side. And then Adam Page's music hits, and he comes to the ring. And Michael knock it the fuck off and get off my television, of course, is in there with Harpo. So they even have to do comedy here and make it look even worse. Where Page comes out and the people are up, he jumps up on the apron of the ring, Harpo shoves knock it across the ring like, here, you go into danger. And fucking Paige nails knock it the fuck off, who turns around and runs full speed 15 feet back to bump into Olivier so they can both take a bump on their ass. So they're taking comedy bumps for the big babyface challenger's comeback. And then Paige comes in and gives a proper comeback to Gallows and Anderson, all kinds of fire, and they fed perfectly, and he bumped both of them out because they're apparently at least professionals, unlike Olivier. Then he comes face to face with old Twinkle Toes, and as they're doing the face to face, Anderson pops up on the apron, Paige turns around, nails Anderson again, and Twinkle Toes bails out. And there it was, flat as a fucking plate full of piss on Granny's porch. That was the end of the set. So and then they just walk off. But it's constant comedy with these clowns, and Paige is buried, being spoken for by a group of dipshits. The fucking heel champion that's supposed to be getting this guy over as a worthy challenger is just doing comedy bumps with his stooges that he got a job for because he likes them for whatever reason. They have no wrestling talent. And there it is. The best thing that could ever happen to Adam Page is for the file cabinet that holds his AEW contract to go up in flames in an office fire so that he could be free to get out of there, and somebody hopefully would push him with his talent that would take him seriously, and he might be something. It's gonna another 6 months in AEW, and Adam Page may be on the same level as goddamn Dwarf Dongsucker in this company. What do you think?
Well, I haven't liked any of the booking with Adam Page for a while, but I have to say, to give them credit, their fans seem to have just completely ignored all the stupidity because he got a good pop when he came out. And yeah. I hated the Bangkok thing. Beyond the fact that I hate it and it's stupid, you mean to tell me this grown man didn't know what Kenny Omega was going to do when he said, "What's the capital of Thailand?" I heard that joke on the playground when I was in elementary school. By the way, no one got me either. No one ever hit me in a
Well, see, down here, it's, you like real estate? Let me give you a couple of acres. Boom.
Yeah, we do things different here in the Northeast, but yeah. I guess that's just the thing. I'm not into Kenny Omega's character. When I see him, and I appreciate him more than you do in the ring, but even with that said, I see him as, in the classic sense, an intercontinental champion as opposed to a world champion. And I don't see him as a credible world champion, especially with his behavior. It'd be one thing if he behaved differently or treated this seriously, but he doesn't. With that said, I think AEW has bungled everything with Adam Page since he lost to Omega in whatever it was, September, October, somewhere around there. If their fans are willing to forgive all that and forget it, maybe it was a hot crowd, maybe they just don't care, then,
Well, no, their fans have not only have they not forgotten it, but their fans didn't see anything wrong with it to begin with. I'm talking about all the vast numbers of people out there who ain't watching this shit and ain't going to because of what they've done with him. You can't find guys that might be an attraction just in a bottom of a box of Cracker Jacks just like that. So to botch a guy with all the talent in the world, as they have done a number of times here in this company, is just insane to me.
But now here we are. It looks like once again they're teasing towards Omega and Adam Page. I mean, they clearly are. We don't know when it's going to happen. I guess it's still up in the air, right? Omega and Christian. That's been teased several times and never really gone anywhere. Yeah, I guess that's where we're at right now.